Alright, guys, welcome back to the first episode of SmackDown Live here for my Universe mode. I hope you guys enjoy it. This will be the number one contenders matches for Extreme Rules, which is this Sunday. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see what the first match is. Tonight, our first match is a Fatal 4 for the number one contenders for the US Championship. We have Ty Dillinger versus Velveteen Dream versus Mustafa Ali versus Tyler Bate. We have two call-ups, Mustafa Ali from 205 Live. Actually, three, which is Mustafa Ali from 205 Live, Tyler Bate from NXT UK, and Velveteen Dream from NXT. Now, throughout this match, I really wanted Velveteen Dream, as he pulls an amazing move from the top rope to Ty Dillinger right there. And it was pretty clear that you can tell, or it was kind of surprisingly who at the end was able to win, as Ty Dillinger hits a frog splash from the top rope on Tyler Bate, I believe. Still isn't enough with the 2 count. Still, after this whole match, I really wanted one of the new call-ups to win. But as you can see, Ty Dillinger makes Tyler Bate bleed there. But Velveteen Dream breaks the pin really quickly. But Ty Dillinger is setting up for his finisher here near the end on Tyler Bate. Everyone's out of the ring, and there's only one person in the ring with Ty Dillinger. As he gets the pinfall, he is the first person that confirms this match for Extreme Rules. He will be part of a Fatal 4-Way for the US Championship match, and later on we will find out the other three, or the two wrestlers. Here we have Samoa Joe versus Rusev, and here we will find out who will be joining Ty Dillinger. Samoa Joe and Rusev are very good athletes for this size. As you can see, Samoa Joe coming off the top rope, but Rusev counters. Samoa Joe does pay for not being very skilled at jumping off the top rope. Samoa Joe kept attacking Rusev. He was using his quickness as a big advantage on Rusev. Rusev is a good athlete, but Samoa Joe for some reason is just a very good athlete for such a big guy. These two superstars are very balanced when it comes to their size, but Samoa Joe is just so much more quicker than Rusev. As you can see, Samoa Joe does a kick on the corner. Throughout this match, Samoa Joe went to the top rope a lot of times, which is very odd. He never does this, or he doesn't do it consistently, but throughout this match he did it. Now, as you can see here, Rusev did lock in the accolade. He did lock it in a couple of times, but still wasn't enough to make Samoa Joe tap out. He kept being able to counter or get out of it, which kind of made Rusev look weak, as it showed that he wasn't on the same level as Samoa Joe throughout the match. But even at that, Samoa Joe was still not able to defeat Rusev so easily, as this was almost a 30-minute match. As you can see here, Samoa Joe does a crazy move on Rusev from the top rope. They keep going to the corner. As you see, Rusev counters again. Rusev does a back to belly suplex, I believe it was called. Samoa Joe tries to lock in his finisher right here. I think he locks it in, but not only was Rusev able to counter, not only was Samoa Joe able to counter Rusev's accolade, but Rusev was able to counter Samoa Joe's finisher as well, which is kind of surprising, as Samoa Joe is usually, he locks it in one time and that's enough. As you can see here, Rusev locks in the accolade once again. Actually, I don't think this is the accolade, but he kept trying to lock in submissions, but it just wasn't enough. As Samoa Joe finally is able to pin Rusev for the 3 count. That means that Samoa Joe is added to the Fatal 4-Way, but for now it's just confirmed as Samoa Joe, Ty Dillinger, and Shinsuke Nakamura. We will later find out the next superstar. Our next match we have is the Usos versus the Bar. They will be they're facing each other for the number one contenders match, or the number one contenders for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, which is the Bludgeon Brothers. it was supposed to be the Usos versus the New Day, but the Bar attacked the New Day before the match. So hopefully, maybe next week we will have, or after the pay per view, the Bar and the New Day can have a match so they can get the revenge for the attack. Throughout this match, the Usos completely controlled it, as the Bar weren't mentally prepared for them. Even though they had a good offense on the Usos still used their quickness and their high flyness to be able to beat the Bar, as they kept doing a lot of super kicks. As you can see right here, we have a double super kick from the Usos. We have a flying Uso. It's kind of crazy to see that the Bar are such a good tag team, but I feel like they would be a better separately, as we have another super kick. So they throw Cesaro out of the ring. I think that was a finishing super kick, as we do have a 3 count. There we go. The Usos will face the Bludgeon Brothers in a tables match on Sunday at Extreme Rules. But like I said, maybe the New Day will be the first people to face the winners on Sunday, as they were owed a tag team match. Here are our next and final addition to the Fatal 4-Way US title match. We have Jeff Hardy versus Rey Mysterio, as we have two very, I wouldn't say old, but vintage superstars who used to be very they used to be good high flyers in their old days, but not as much now, as Jeff Hardy has kind of transitioned into more of a grappling superstar, as Rey Mysterio still is a high flyer but still struggles sometimes, as Jeff Hardy hits a swanton, hits his twist of fate and then a swanton bomb. Is that it? I don't think so, as Rey Mysterio does kick out. It was kind of weird, this match also, just like the Samoa Joe versus Rusev, as they kept jumping out of their finishers, but I think after the second swanton bomb, that was enough to take out Rey Mysterio. As it does, Jeff Hardy is added to the Fatal 4-Way. Maybe he can win his US championship. It's been a while. I don't think he's ever been US champion. If he has, it's been a good while since he has. As now it will be Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy versus Ty Dillinger versus Samoa Joe. For our main event, we have Daniel Bryan versus Drew McIntyre, as Drew McIntyre made the transition from Raw to SmackDown Live. The WWE champion is AJ Styles still. We had the number 1 contenders match to determine who would face AJ in Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules this Sunday, as it would probably be Daniel Bryan's first crazy match since he's returned to WWE, as he's been in very safe matches, but he is willing to risk it all to finally be able to win his first championship since retiring for the first time in 2015, I believe. Drew McIntyre is a very tough superstar to beat, though, on the first night of SmackDown Live to become the number 1 contender, as Daniel Bryan locks in the yes lock here, but Drew McIntyre's strong body is able to get to the rope. Here we have Daniel Bryan setting up for the kicks. Hopefully, I think this would be enough to. I don't think this would be enough to finish Drew McIntyre, as Drew McIntyre has made Daniel Bryan bleed. Daniel Bryan goes in for the running kick to become the number 1 contenders. Is that enough? 1, 2, and 3. As Daniel Bryan becomes the number 1 contenders for AJ Styles' championship on Extreme Rules this Sunday. As you can see, Daniel Bryan is bleeding, which I don't think is healthy for him, since he has had problems with concussions. So for this Sunday, we do have confirmed AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan in an Extreme Rules match. The other matches we do have confirmed is the Joe versus Dillinger versus Nakamura versus Hardy, and Usos versus Bludgeon Brothers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I will be uploading Extreme Rules very soon, and I hope you guys watch that video too. Peace.